Queen and Slim is the most recent film I've seen in a good while that literally for me just misses the mark when it comes to reaching that upper echelon, shall we say, in regards to quality of film. And I think that it could have been a Best Picture nomination, but it just missed the mark. But nonetheless, it is a great movie with a lot of messages to send that we need to talk about. This is my non-spoiler review of Queen and Slim. Let's go. Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Cameron Kelly Smith. Be sure to hit that subscribe and notification button to stay tuned on the content I produce each and every week in the world of wrestling and movie related discussions. So Queen and Slim, this is the new movie coming from director, and I hope I don't butcher her name here, but Melina Matsoukas. This is essentially her big directorial debut, which is great to see. It stars Kaluuya as Slim and Jodie Turner-Smith as Queen. And essentially the story literally follows these two individuals who go on a date. They then get into a little issue where they are stopped over by a police officer. Some things go south and they end up on the run from the police for a crime that they didn't necessarily really orchestrate at all. But however, because of the time and place that this movie is set in, they are on the run. And the story essentially follows their journey going from these two ordinary individuals who have just met to now these people who are having to stick together and are having to find a way to reach essentially freedom and to be able to live a free life, but obviously away from their family and friends where they are. This literally, and they say it in the trailer, it's a line in the movie. This is very similar, obviously, to like a Black Bonnie and Clyde. However, there is a lot of things going on here. Let me just touch on what I loved about the movie first and foremost. The performances. Kaluuya, he's just fantastic. He is honestly fantastic. He is a great performer. And in this movie, you really see just more range that he has to give. And Jodie Turner-Smith, who I was never familiar with, this is my first time seeing her. I believe this is her first feature film. She knocks it out of the park. She is absolutely stunning. She is really great in this movie. You have a great little supporting cast there. And what is just truly beautiful about this movie is not only the directing, which I think might be the biggest highlight of this movie. Shout out to Melina Matsoukas because she has directed a beautiful film. And for this to be her biggest and I think her main and first major directorial debut, she has created a stunning movie here. And the writing. There are some scenes in this movie that the dialogue is just going to break you. It's going to make you. It's going to make you sad. It's going to make you cheer. It's just such a beautiful written script. And some of the scenes that are happening in this movie is just going to make your heart break, but you're also going to be jumping out your seat. And it truly is just what cinema is all about for me. One of the big things, though, in this movie that is really, really interesting is some of the messages that they're trying to send. This movie is not a true story, but it is based on true events. And you can see that in the movie, especially you'll watch this movie and some recent events that you have seen, especially in regards to police brutality in the States, you will see inspiration for that in this movie. You're going to see a lot of different things that especially those within the Black community and those who have experienced some of these troubles are going to point and go, I understand, I've been through this, I experienced it. Or even if you haven't, you're going to go, I empathize, I sympathize, I'm truly engaged. I want to do something. And you're truly invested and engaged in the story. It is a beautiful film. Literally, the performances, as I said, is what truly takes this movie up a level. And it's just the story, just how intriguing this story is, how we go from 0 to 100 very quickly. And we're essentially enjoying, but also scared for these two individuals who are trying to get to safety, essentially. But they've got so many obstacles to overcome. And that is what makes it so enjoying and what makes it, a great drama and thriller, because you're watching them having to go through all these obstacles, and some are much harder than others, and you're hoping that they can finally get there. In terms of what I didn't like about this movie, this movie has some cons, and I think the biggest con for me with this movie is the length. It's just over 2 hours, which isn't a problem. But what does make it a problem is that there's a lot in this movie that you can cut out, and that I do look and go, they could have edited this out. They didn't need to have this in the final cut, because you're essentially so invested in moments of the story. Your heart is racing because, they're trying to overcome these obstacles to get to safety. And then we're at 100, then we dial it down all the way to 0. And then we have these slow scenes, these kind of boring scenes that don't necessarily add to the movie, in my opinion, or make it more of an experience to watch. They kind of just pull the drama down a little bit, but a little bit too much. And so that was one of my biggest critiques. My second one is that there is a lot of messages in this movie. There's a lot of things that are being said, a lot of things that are being implied, and a lot of things that are being spoken about. And I think there's a few moments in this movie, a few scenes where some of the messages can confuse you as to what it is that they are trying to say with this movie. Now, I think you will walk out and you will get many things that they are trying to say. You will walk out saying, okay, this movie is about this, that, and that. They're trying to say this, that, and that. But sometimes that's a little bit too much. And for example, without spoiling, there's a scene in this movie involving a police officer and a child, which is one of the most pivotal scenes, I think, in this movie, in my opinion. But you then leave going, okay, I kind of get what they're trying to say with that, but what are they trying to say with that? And does that really work? And you're going to go out there feeling a few of those moments. But overall, I think that Queen and Slim is a great movie. I think you should go and see it. I would definitely recommend it. I think that it's fantastic. I would give it a solid. I'm going to go 8 out of 10. I'm really high on this movie. I do really want to watch it again, but I think that it just ever so slightly just misses the bar from taking it from a great movie to an Oscar caliber movie. But this is a movie you should see. Go and see Queen and Slim. If you have seen it already, drop down in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought. If you like this video, please give me a big fat thumbs up. Thank you very much for checking out the video, guys. Have a good day.